E3 is right around the corner, and you know what that means? June is almost here. And you know what that means? E3 is almost here! What it actually means is it's time to talk about the new games that are coming to the Switch in the month of June. Now, we're not going to be covering every game that comes out in the month of June, just the ones that we thought looked the best to mark off that first month of summer vacation. As per usual, you can let us know in the comments below which ones you thought that we should have put on the list, and Nintendo's probably going to go shadow drop some titles at E3, which, of course, we don't know anything about that, right? Right? I'm Zion from Nintendolife, and today we're taking a look at 11 new games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of June. Let's take a look. Releasing sometime in the month of June is the highly anticipated title My Friend Pedro, a wild side-scrolling action shooter, or as Devolver Digital is calling it, full throttle gun ballet. Your job is to take down everyone and everything as fast and as ridiculously as possible, all for the love of your mysterious banana. Relax! Bananas aren't real? Gosh. I imagine the developers probably just took a DVD copy of The Matrix, 5-Hour Energy, and referenced those Newgrounds Flash games from back in the day that used to play in your mom's computer, and that's probably how they made this game. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, then you'll probably want to keep your eyes on this game. It looks absolutely ridiculous. On June 6th, we have Slay the Spire, a single-player RPG that blends roguelike elements with deck-building card game combat. It's been available on PC for a few months, but is finally making the portable leap to Switch. With hundreds of cards to collect and customize your deck, and the infinite amount of runs the Spire offers, you could honestly find yourself stuck with this one for a while. And if you're into card games like Ascension, Magic the Gathering, or Hearthstone, you might want to add this one to your list. Then the day after, on the 7th, we're getting Refunct, which looks to please fans of the first-person free-running series Mirror's Edge, and I played the heck out of that game when it came out back in 2008, 9, something like that, and for only $3, I'm definitely willing to give this one a shot. The product page for Refunct says it's to be a fairly short journey, but if there's any sort of replayability in sort of time trials or online leaderboards, I could see myself getting lost within this pretty easily. And then releasing on the 11th is the PC classic Battle Worlds Kronos, a turn-based strategy game that draws inspiration from the Advanced Wars series. This new version of the game includes a slew of new features, including touch controls, local multiplayer, and a batch of extra DLC. If you're finished up with Tiny Metal and Wargroove, this might be worth checking out. And then the week after E3 brings us a huge chunk of games, starting with one of the only series that could truly compete with Mario's kart racing skills, Crash Team Racing Nitro Refueled. It brings over the full adventure mode from the original, along with a slew of new characters, customization options, and online play. And anyone interested in couch co-op mode doesn't need to be worried, as you can still race with up to 4 players in split-screen versus mode on just one Switch. Now we just need a Diddy Kong Racing remake and we'll have almost every kart racer we need, right? I'm not forgetting anything, am I? No, I think that's all of them, yep. After years of cooking in the castle's kitchen, Koji Igarashi's Castlevania successor Bloodstained Ritual of the Night finally whips out on June 25th. Bloodstained originally started off as a Kickstarter back in 2015, and with everything that happened with Keiji Inafune's Mighty No. 9, we can't help but worry just a little bit about this title's fate. But with the improvements it's gained over the years, we're keeping our fingers crossed that this little monster hunter comes out on top. Then, on that very same day, we are also getting Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden, a post-apocalyptic spin on the turn-based tactical formula of XCOM. You'll find, what? Is that a duck? A warthog? Person? Well, apparently after bombs dropped and wiped out the entire human race, a new breed of mutants were born out of the clouds. You'll need to keep your wits about you and fight to survive if you ever have any hopes of making it to the promised place. And then on that very same day, we have Super Neptunia RPG hitting the Switch with its beautifully hand-drawn art style. It's aiming to mix turn-based battles with a bit of platforming, as it hosts an enormous 2D world to explore. And if you've never played any games from the series before, that's going to be just fine, because the main character of this title actually has amnesia, so even she isn't going to remember what happened in the last games. And then the last title, launching on the 25th, is We the Revolution, a simulator of sorts putting you in the shoes of a judge during the French putting you in the shoes of a judge during the French Revolution. The courtroom is where the majority of the game takes place, and you're of course in charge of how the proceedings play out. When you're done for the day, the drama isn't necessarily over though, as your family at home might not always be keen on your decisions. Phoenix Wright fans might want to be a little careful here before jumping in, as you won't find that same charm and humor. Instead, you'll find lots of sadness and despair. And now, on to the 27th, we have Furwind, an adventure platformer that was born for the kids who just can't get enough of the Super Nintendo and Genesis. You'll take control of this cute little fox who's been chosen to take on the evil that is destroying the forest. His journey will take you through loads of colorful levels, allow you to upgrade your abilities, and will set you up against an army of fierce bosses. What's not to like? And then on the 28th of June comes the game that everyone just can't stop talking about.
Rusty's Real Deal Baseball HD hits the swing.
Super Mario Maker 2. The obvious sequel to the original Wii U and 3DS level-creating hit. It's packed with a ton of new features, including online multiplayer, slopes, and an all-new story mode full of levels designed by Nintendo themselves. So you know they'll be quality. If you've read any of the coverage up on our site, or seen any of Alex's videos, you'll know that we still have a lot of questions, but I guess we'll just have to wait until E3 to get some answers. And there you have it, just a mere sampling of the games that are coming to the Switch in the month of June. Feel free to let us know if you're planning on picking up any of these games next month to keep you busy during all the E3 chaos. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you design a course for that like button, subscribe to Nintendo Life, and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we release new videos. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm ZM from Nintendo Life, and we'll see you next time. I only have one chance to do this. One chance. Look at that little guy. Sad little boy. He's all right. Oh, look at him! Look at him! I hope it was good. I hope it was good enough. Sorry, Pedro.